Well, I have good news. I decided that it was time to flip the chapter, which only makes sense. And that means that Vrinivi Vinden now gets 90 karma.
Ooh.
Moore gets 100 karma.
Ooh.
Right, which I should point out that making charity appearances is very generous in this system. And let's see, for stopping the network, I gave you all half credit because you called in the authorities to help, which probably was absolutely,
fair enough.
Yeah, and it probably was absolutely necessary. So I certainly don't see it as criticism. And finally, Silverlansen, in taking into account covering up her potential information in the investigation and a couple of other interesting little things she did. Although none of you got away clean regarding crimes this time either. I'm being very picky about that these days. But Silverlansen still ends up with 60.
Nice.
Well, let's do a little note checking. We are moving straight into the action at the end of Sunday. And Silverlansen is in the police station. So I believe is Moore.
Yes.
Vrinivi Vinden, as I recall, you were somewhere near there or were very close in some way.
All right. Didn't I go to Teresa, or was that before?
You were seeing Teresa during the afternoon.
All right.
I think I mentioned that that Lengs for Shekringar has already been visited by a disaster. And that police reports about that are coming in just as, and I think for maximum effect, just as that cloud that I mentioned, the darkness boils up. And I say up because it seems to me that the lowered surface of the train tracks is a fine origin point for the effects to emerge from. So, however, the targeting is, of course, the police station itself. Now, I don't think that she's being very scientific about the assault itself. We are talking about some pretty heavily reinforced walls for the exterior of that building. They are not just ordinary walls. They're a little more, a little more substantial than that. So it says here, outside walls are typically excellent material, and inside are typical material. Well, the outside walls on this building are probably one grade above that. We'll just begin. I think that the reports have been enough to alert both Murr and Silverlansen. And I also think that, Christopher, you talked a little bit about the notifications that you were making, that you were calling in the big guns.
Yeah, because Murr were as soon as Vordal, it's Vordal, she's coming. She's like, this is past the stage where we can reason with her.
Yeah.
So now it's just just let everyone, the police, Sapo, this is what's going on. I'm going to try and deal with it, essentially.
Oh, I hear
And
you.
let them be warned that she has sort of mind control influencing power set, so unpowered users.
Can Christopher, at the risk of endangering national security, is there anything that you can tell me about the capabilities of the Brovola airbase?
Me?
Oh, sorry, no, Christian.
Oh, no, I don't know anything except that it's used as a reserve airbase for, I think, the unit in Linköping.
Mm-hmm.
So they can use it if necessary. I don't believe they store anything there. I have no idea.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not active as in like they have. It's not not actively manned, at least currently.
No. I think they have to like drive people out there and start it up, and they have maybe mobile support units that can do that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
given time.
like at most custodial staff present.
Yes.
Okay.
And even that, I mean, the state of it. Probably the whatever like when you learn to drive, that part is probably the best preserved part of the entire. Like when they use it as a whatever, like accident course.
I did my driver's test partly there. Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Now let's see here. At least training. Okay. Let's see here. We are going to begin, therefore, with. God, I seem to remember for sure that Kevin. I think you had been notified that they had contacted Kevin.
All right. Yeah.
Christopher, you already told me that Murr went out in front of the police station.
Yes, he would like as soon as he is fully clear that this is Wardall. He would just notify the local police and say given that he sort of made a deal with Wardall to let me take care of this town and just you stay away from us and I won't bother you anymore. He would have been prepared for the reason that if she snaps, and would have a prepared statement towards the police and Sapo. So
yes,
this is what's going on.
Yes, I'm clear on all of that. I'm just confirming your physical position now.
Oh yeah, he's moving out to try and intercept and deal with her.
Nina.
She can also obviously see that it's Wardall, and naturally Mur would have known everything she would have learned about, the insects that she met and so on. So she doesn't really have to tell anyone about that specifically. But she will, however, try to, evacuate people, I suppose, or let people know that it's probably, best to leave now. Whatever, because I imagine she's probably on a higher floor in the building, some normal office space, which I imagine. Are you
saying that Nina Haitanen, actually, I don't know if I Americanized her name there. It's a Finnish name with a Swedish accent, so who knows how you actually say it, but Hjaltainen or something like that. But but the point is that if you, is this middle grade administrative clerk going to start ordering around everybody and telling them what to do?
Probably yes, because it's life and death situation. I think this is beyond what do you even call it? It's not personal. It's not her risk of her own life. It's risk of her secret identity, really.
Okay.
So it's kind of like she can just ignore them and let them leave them to their fate. But I don't think that's that's not what she's gonna do. She's actually gonna. I suppose ordering them around is perhaps a bit strong, but letting them know that it's probably best to.
Right.
Because she obviously, maybe she turns to
popularity.
Maybe not.
Popularity.
Yeah, that's more likely. She's not gonna appeal to a fort to someone she doesn't, really trust anymore. Let's hear. Result of 51. I did not use karma. I can't even use karma.
51 is pretty good though.
That is a green result on remarkable popularity or
Yes.
30 popularity.
I agree. And so you have actually succeeded in alerting first your floor, and then as time goes by and more data is available, it will put the building into a state of security and safety and evacuation, if possible, depending on conditions outside. I'm sure they have all of their protocols in place for all these different problems, so they'll apply.
I can imagine. I wonder if evacuation is even the best. That's why she's not just pulling the fire alarm, for example.
Right. I understand.
Which will be much faster.
What I'm saying,
but even like just alerting, letting people know what the actual threat is.
Exactly. I'm saying let's let their own protocols make the decisions about exactly what to do. You've done your job of making sure that they know it's very serious. Okay, so let's see now. One of the things I don't know about the police station, the very tall, very narrow system of floors that shoots up into the sky and glowers over Norrköping like a totalitarian temple. What is that for? I mean, I understand all the lower parts are various administrative and cop things to do, but what on earth is that tall thing for?
I couldn't tell you, but I always assumed it's offices.
Yeah, but I believe so. Because isn't this like one of like a regional, big regional department? Yeah. So probably as like the lower levels are like for actual local municipality stuff, whereas the higher floors could be for like the inter county.
All the people filing, where it actually works, where the people aren't actually cops, they're actually like administrating staff or whatever, like investigative analysts. And
that's what I'm thinking, that you might be about halfway up.
Yeah, something like that.
Right.
I think the lower floor is also a jail.
Yes, that's where people go in and out, and people handling, and the public, of course.
Yeah, right. Passports and so on. At least when I last did it. I think they changed the location.
To be fair, like I have seen other towns with a similar setup where like the lower floors or like lower complex is for like the usual, like I need to renew my passport, I need to do X or Y, whereas then the upper levels are for like just detective offices or whatever, like coordination.
It also wouldn't surprise me if there are actually locker rooms and a gym and so on in the lower, because when the patrolling policemen are changing their clothes and putting on the weapons and all that's garages for the police cars, that sort of it. That's probably takes up a lot more space than you think.
Right, there may be a lower level that we don't see very easily. In fact, if you go around the back, it does look as though there are garages and entries that actually go low. Now, so Aylin, tell us what Kevin is going to attempt to be doing. You are only a few blocks away. I'm remembering where we have you live, and you're not that far away from here.
Yeah. I think I'm just going to try to locate either Mur or Silverlansen to just be where they are. And right now they're not in the same place. So I guess I'll try to find Mur.
Mur is very, very easy to find because Mur is standing right in front of the entrance.
Yeah.
So, I'm in that bright orange industrial robot color.
Right.
Yeah.
So that is the from that perspective, you can look. I think you can look east easily and see the cloud rising up from the lower levels of the train track area. And by that point, too, the human form of Vordal is going to be visible, suspended in that cloud. It has not yet quite hit the building. Reports that probably only Nina is aware of, and you may not actually be the person that they're making sure of that knows them. But if you're paying attention, which I imagine you are, you'll learn that a considerable amount of damage was done to the bank building. Apparently, this cloud hits super hard, and it is, as you know, composed of a heinous amount of little bugs. One might even say, one might even say, monstrous.
Nice.
So go ahead.
No, I think that's probably what she's telling. That's the information she's sharing.
Yeah.
More or less.
Okay. And that
So
will.
have we told the police everything that we know?
Not everything. Moore was able to data dump some things while on his way out.
All right.
It's the kind of thing where whatever you say about Vordal, somebody's going to raise their hand and say, I have questions. Obviously. So it's going to be difficult to actually convey everything. Okay. I believe that brings us to initiative. And for you guys have that ridiculous, incredible initiative or intuition. So 1, 2, 3, 4. +4 to your roll for initiative. You'll notice that her reason is quite good. Her psyche is amazing, or whatever it is. But her intuition isn't that great.
Let's see. I'm gonna roll a dice.
Yeah.
So result of 5. So it becomes a 9 when you apply the 4+.
Her roll was higher than 5. So you're right. So the intuition has helped you in this case. So that means all of you can coordinate with one another and get to where you want to be this particular turn.
All right.
Or take any action if you are capable. Mur is the most prepared for direct action of some kind.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to need a fire source.
Mm-hmm. Given that you have time for this, and given your interactions so far, I think that might not be too hard. I think they might actually be able to provide you with something, although I'm trying to think of what exactly.
Depending on if it's depending on the size of a fire source, I need a pretty massive fire source to be able to do something effective. If it wasn't just a matter of any fire source, you could have a big lighter or one of those big ass candles that you put outside when it's in the dark.
Evening. I was thinking the easiest and quickest thing would be flares, like traffic flares. They would have those.
Oh yeah.
That's a very good start. But they're also probably aware that you're going to want some benzene containers. Their fuel storage there. They're going to have to go and get the police people will go and fetch fuel storage for you. But they'll start with the flares.
That makes sense. That I have I'm gonna need fire support, and with fire being the operative word.
This confuses them for a few minutes because everything they know is about putting out fires, but they reverse engineer it in their heads.
There's probably at least one guy in there oh yes,
There's always one. There is always one. You're absolutely right.
There is a gas station right besides the police station, actually.
There is
Stockholmsvägen,
self-service.
So you can probably get a fire going if you.
Well, I think that they've probably got fuel storage at the police station, and so they'll be able to wheel out one of the plastic barrels.
Yeah.
But that's not going to happen right away. Right now, you're getting a bunch of flares. That's a start. So that's just to get you going, basically. Okay, so you, I think, will probably begin with fire control.
All right. Yeah, I will. And I will essentially attempt to thin out her flock of bugs and to get her attention on me rather than anything else.
Right.
So I just roll for fire control then. And
Correct.
I am willing to spend karma for a yellow result here.
For yellow, okay.
And I rolled a 49, which means that I'm going to spend some karma here.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. Let's see here. Where are we at? My fire control is at 30, which is remarkable. And remarkable needs to be at 66 for a yellow result. So 66 minus 49, that is 17.
Yes. Now,
So I spend 17 karma.
perfect. Now you can therefore do damage to up to you will basically blaze into the wall or the cloud, which is now creeping across the street, and it's not very far actually, so it's hitting I think that would be the east side of the building. It's encroaching into the police's property, and you are basically going to increase the intensity of that fire, and it's still a little small because of it's only working off the flares, but you are able, with the result you got, the yellow, to actually impact that wall of bugs. Which behaves surprisingly like the power darkness control, just so you know. Dark force control. So let's see here. That leaves us, or rather we have your other two actions. We'll go inside the building last. So right now we're talking about Kevin, or rather Vrinovi Vinden, appearing on site. And you are able to see, Mur getting this flame effect going. So the question is, what will you do?
Yeah, since they're still hovering, right, in the sky. So maybe
yes.
if I bring up a storm, maybe, then I can zap them maybe later.
Well, I'm also thinking that given the fact that it is a storm, a weather effect, that you don't even have to do lightning strikes. You can just treat it as an area effect in contact.
Yeah.
That seems, I'm just saying it's easy. You have a very, very effective power against this power. So we can just treat it as a direct hit on it. And this is all about areas. There's no roll to hit. It's just areas coming together. So that's why we didn't have to, all we needed for the roll for the fire, well, the yellow helps more than the green. I have that in my head. But the point is that I know how strong the effect of the dark force control is defensively. And so I'm treating your attacks as hits upon it.
So if I would want to use karma, what would be the difference from a green and a yellow?
I can tell you, I was just thinking about that. One is kind of cool, actually, is that if you... wait, I'm looking at two different things just in a moment. Okay. That if you get a yellow, then you'll be able to coordinate your effect with Mur's effect. So that it can be the damage can be added instead of treated as two separate attacks against the same high number.
Yeah.
So in other words, it's a coordination.
I'll use karma for yellow then.
Excellent. Wind and fire.
97.
Well, spend 10 karma then.
It was very dramatic.
No, I would say so, yes. In fact, I would say that it probably enhances the fire effect considerably.
Yeah.
Right? And so you're able to,
proper airflow.
Exactly. That's what I'm thinking is that, the failed results in this, the wind might actually have put the fire out, but it's the opposite. You get the aerodynamics just right, and the flame leaps up. So therefore, the power of your storm is incredible. So that's 40 points, and with remarkable from the fire, that gives you 70 total against this thing, which is actually, and that actually is going to be a very important point. Let's see here. If the strength is equal or better than the materials rank, you can rip it up. Okay, if it's ranked the same, okay. It's the red feet roll that allows, you need a red in order to truly rip into this substance. And the 70 points, a yellow, because I'm treating it as combined. So 70 points against it means that you would have needed yellows to actually truly damage its edges and prevent it from moving forward. And you did.
Yeah.
So you two have mounted a rather effective defense against this encroaching cloud. So
what happened physically? Did they stop?
I see. I don't think they're stopping so much as getting annihilated at the places where the fire and wind wall has placed itself. And in order to match its area, that also reminds me, both of you are going to have to check something here. Which is that in order to match its area, to truly wall off the building from its approach, it's going to be a matter of endurance checks, because you use endurance to right. Let's see. Okay, no, that's going to happen next. Right now, you have put it up for 2 areas. Now, out here, if you look at the map, if we look to the right, if we hold the picture right side up, and then, with the numbers on it, and then we go to the right of the building where the train tracks are, you'll see that that's a very open space. That's really open. And this is
the other side of the tracks. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. It's really wide open, and it's that whole sector with the fenced off street with the stairs that go down into the parking lots. That's just this long strip, right? It's a very open space as far as the city is concerned. I just am going to divide that into 2 areas, over here and over here, as you look. And then another area on the other side of the road with the drop-off. So I think that's 2 areas left and right from the characters left and right as they look that way, and then another area behind that. So at the moment, she's came up and came forward. You have basically blocked it on the road. Really, I think you actually are right at the center line of the road where the wall of bugs and the wall of wind and fire have come together. And right now, they're matched at 2 areas each. That's our status.